It's your mama's favorite baby sister, Auntie Dee Dee. Of course, I'm coming after Mother's Day. I mean, it's Auntie's up next, ain't it? I'm just saying, this is this quick look your auntie done put together for you guys so you can get into it. Look at it. Look at it. Look down. Look up. Okay, so I'm not going to delay it any further, but make sure you comment, like, subscribe, and follow to get more content from you, girl. All right. All right, so here we go. Off camera, I've brushed my eyebrows in the direction I want them to go. Now I'm lining them. I started this line on top of the brow, and then I'm going underneath it. And this is just ideally to outline your current brow as it exists. Then we're going to go ahead and just fill that space in. And here I'm pulling it a little longer than my actual brows go. And then in the front of that brow, we're going to take those single short strokes and go upward to emulate the growth hair pattern. Hair growth pattern. There we go. And we're just going to replicate that on this side. I kind of do a phantom line to kind of know where to start and how low to start that next brow to get them as identical as possible. But again, as long as they twinning, we're good. Meaning they sometimes look a little fraternal, but it all looks good. Right here, I'm just, removing any excess on the top because I don't conceal the top of my brow, only underneath unless I'm wearing a foundation. Okay, so here we're just putting that concealer on here. We're going to smooth this out with a flat brush. And we're doing that so we can further define and carve out those eyebrows, as well as giving us a smooth, even palette underneath to just apply our eye makeup evenly. And I overcut it right there, but instead of, being a perfectionist, I just, went on as if that was supposed to be that way and took everything up a little more. So it's a little thinner than I started out to achieve. But hey, I was like, we're going to make it work. And so that does mean I have to do a little Houdini on this other eye as a result. So we're going to take some of that fullness away as well. Right now we're going to just use a, what is this, a little wedge, a little sponge wedge, and I'm just using that to push the concealer into the skin and go ahead and make it as flat as possible, opposed to sitting and trying to let it dry. Alright, first color we're going in with, so I have on burgundy and gold and a little bit of orange in this beautiful dress and some black and all that good stuff. So essentially, if you don't know about just, playing with colors and putting colors together, typically you can grab that inspiration directly from your outfit. That is a shortcut to trying to figure out what looks good with what and all this good stuff. Hey, they put the colors together and you like them just fine. You can just mirror that on your eye. Now, right here, I'm just going to point out. Now, you notice on one eye, I blew the makeup out bigger versus the other eye. And that's okay, because little mistakes like that does happen, but you can just make up on it on the back end. Some perfectionists, better makeup artists would have gone in and cleaned it up, but no, we're not doing all that. We're just going to go ahead and roll with it because I know I can catch it on the lid when I apply that other color. So this one that I applied up top is a bit of a burnt orange to kind of just, lighten up the hue on top of it and give it more dimension. Okay, the next color I'm going to go ahead and apply to my brow bone, and that's just more of a cream to emulate what we already have going on with the concealer, but just to make it a more smoother look, we go ahead and add that on top of there. And that softens it up too. Anytime you're blending it, it's going to soften the look up. So you want to do that as much as possible. Okay, and then once we move to the actual lid, which I'm going to do that next, we're going to go with like a gold color. And I don't do a lot of my cleanup on my makeup until I'm completed with the look. So you'll notice that. So you'll see, you know, that I still have concealer all blown out everywhere and all kind of stuff. So yeah. We're just gonna go now in this area. I'm not going for more of a blend, I'm going more for application look. So for application look, that just means I'm pretty much stamping it on. I'm not really rubbing it in because I want to keep as much of the rich pigment as I can keep in that area. So I'm just pretty much stamping it on. And if you're new to makeup and want to play with multiple colors, and there are no set rules. This is a rule of thumb, but there are no set rules, so you can swing it however you want to. But typically you'll do your darkest hue in that center crease area of your eye, and then on the flat space of your eye, closer to your eyelashes, then you'll do on that lid, you would do your highlighted color and your bold color, and then in the eyebrow bone area, so the upper portion of it, then you would go with your lightest hue, more like your creams and your really softer part of your look. Now those are just makeup rule of thumbs, but definitely not makeup rules. You can definitely deviate from that, but if you're just wanting to kind of understand placement and stuff like that, it really does help. And then the reason we do like the multiple colors on the top, like I started with the burgundy, then I went on top of that burgundy with that orange, is to give it more of a depth look, so it's not as flat. Now let me tell you something, guys. I have the hooded eyelids, and I did these wings, and they just were not giving what they were supposed to give. But I'm gonna show you how to address such an issue. So here's what this is what we normally edit out. I'm gonna keep this here so y'all can see it, okay? So when it happens to you in real life, you're just not outdone. You're like, okay, there's something else I can do about this. Let me see how I can work it. And this is where I begin to mess it up at. But can you see the confidence as I mess it up? That's what it's all about. Just stay in it, stay with it. Look. And the reason it's messed up because I should have went a little lower on the eye and not as high. But you know, I was going to commit to it because I was like, hey, if I can replicate it on this side, I'm going to go ahead and do it. And at this point, you know, I didn't realize that, no, that ain't what I wanted. But I do have another makeup video on here, so definitely go check it out, where I really go into depth about the wings and how to do it on a hooded eye. That is one method. I'm definitely going to be back with you guys with some other methods, because there is more than one way to skin a cat. I'm just going to tell you that. Now this is when Auntie was like, what in the makeup Halloween is going on? So she went to rubbing up under her eye. This ain't nothing but a baby wipe, y'all. And because I'm not wearing foundation in this look, you know, I'm okay to just wet it on up. Because typically if you're wearing foundation, you want to go with a concealer to kind of correct the issue and not add any moisture, of course, to the face. But because we just gonna wipe this and keep it moving, honey. And as y'all saw, I wiped more than I intended to on the other eye off, so I done shortened the wings. So I was like, you know what? Not gonna stress that either. Let me just shorten this other one. All I'm saying. And I end up liking those better than them real to the moon ones I had started drawing before. So, you know, it's all good. Point being, don't be stressed out with this stuff because there's always a way to correct it or fix it. Now this is me getting the actual glue, and I'm just going to go on top of my lash with the, on top of that actual line, eyeliner line, there we go, with this glue, just placing the glue on there. And I found that I like these little wand glues better than the old school little containers we used to get them in when they used to come in the little squeeze container, because you have, of course, better precision, better control, but hey, I can use either. I had got these from Shein, of course, and I'm gonna quit advertising for them. Okay, I'm back. But girlies, yeah, I get eyelashes from them, and these are some big ones, cat eye. And because I know they measure how I want them to fall all the way to the corner of my eye, I didn't have to like line it up and measure it. But if this is your first time wearing a particular lash and you're not quite sure, you know, how it looks, don't put any glue on it first. Just sit it up there, stage it up there, just to get an idea of where you want it to fall. But I knew these because I had wore a couple of them, so I already knew what time it was. So I didn't have to do that. I skipped that stage, but you shouldn't. All right, boom. All right, we're liking what we see. All right, now we're just gonna go with some eyeliner underneath that eye. And I'm using a black for that. Y'all, and Auntie, apologize about being so boring today. I done got tired of listening to myself. But you know what? The stuff I'm sharing with y'all, though, it's good stuff. So stay tuned. Keep it locked. I need some more energy. I'm going to just say that. All right, boom. All right, now we're going to move on to our lips from there. And I'm overlining my lips, meaning I want to enhance them, make them look bigger. So we're going outside of the line of my natural lip line. So that's why it looks like I'm drawing over here. I'm an artiste. And then we're going to go underneath that line again. Again, anytime you want the lips to appear bigger, then we're always going to go outside of the line of our actual lips. You're going to overline them. Alright, I'm going to add a gold in the center of that. And notice I did go ahead and blot before I added my additional color, because that gives me the softness, the transition, and more of the blended appeal, instead of such harsh lines like we used to do back in the 50s. Like, Auntie ain't from the 50s, but I'm just saying. Back in the days when I was young, I'm not a kid anymore. Sometimes I sit and wish I was a kid again. Back then, that's all I'm saying. Alright, now right here, I decided that I wanted to give it more of a transitional look, so I'm adding a third color. And this is more of a fuchsia. So we got a burgundy, a fuchsia, and then a gold, which is what we got going on our eyes. So we did that. It's like I caught my eyes on my lip. Yes. And I'm just going to darken it up just a little bit, because in all that blending, I done missed that darker color, that burgundy is, and plunge it again on there. So boom, placing it back on top. Alright, so that's the look. Alright, I hope you enjoyed. Bye.